backpacks that transform into insulated beds with solar panels, creating a moving home for people without one. That's quite cool.
That is cool.
So someone who has people who is related to family, he has Moshes. Someone who does not have Achbor, ultimately again, it doesn't have Moshes. Therefore, it's Evid, and Evid Rashi says, or Evid Shema Achbor, is Achbor, that it Evid is Sid, Achbor, Imachomar, Imachomar, the Chomar, Eno Elokidehim. From a Halachic perspective, Evid does not have the normal relations. So because of that, they wanted to tell him he's not like he's not a Moshes. Rabbanon will say, Achbor, Rabbanon say, no, it's not true. What is Achbor? Achbor doesn't refer to himself as a familiar relation. Rather, what Achbor refers to someone who is your brother and his sister. Your brother and his sister. Why? Because Evid knows this lesson. And Evid, if Evid is the full fledged Jew, and Evid Kinani is still your brother and sister. Because Evid Kinani is in his son instead of woman is therefore, he's your Echad Mitzvah. Therefore, the Rabbanon say, does that Moshes? So he goes to the Halchi. If he does, over here, in our context, in our subject, how it actually is. That who this stuff on May Echad, that who this says May Echad. So let's remember again, let's over here. He wants to donate Nefesh, May Echad. The person will be found. Kidnapping May Echad. So watch this. Who did that? May Echad. That Fuki Echad. Echad comes to food about him, but about him are not kidnapping. And therefore, again, if somebody kidnaps, again, there's a liable person in Israel, when they think Shechatz and the Chatz Benichol. And again, when it says in Israel, that comes to exclude. Even a Chatz, yeah, the Chatz Benichol, so the Gemara says.
Now,
I'm sorry. Bnei Yisrael, Nutin Shechatz and Chatz Benichol. Bnei Yisrael, Nutin Chatz Benichol. Sorry. They are called Fuki Echad. Bnei Yisrael. Take it left.
Street.
Watch this. So the Echad comes to exclude from Evid. Good. So Mibnei Yisrael comes to exclude Chatzi Evid, Chatzi Benichol. And then again, Mibnei Yisrael is to exclusion of Chatzi Evid, Chatzi Benichol. What is that? That's called a meal achar meal. So remember, again, that's called exclusion after an exclusion. Whenever you have a meal achar, a meal achar called the rabbis. The meal after a meal only comes to go ahead and include good.
I mean, even last night,
that's why I will try to just do not talk about each word. But if you kidnap Chatzi Evid, Chatzi Benichol, also, again, you are allowed to
then there's he's talking to special teams analysts after the power of for a touchdown hit in now a very funny twist of irony. He literally tells us
therefore again, you look at ultimately again it is an exclusion after exclusion, and that also is that meal after meal. What is it include? Ultimately again it comes to liability for kidnapping of a Chatzi Evid. That's a new instruction. Rabbanon, what will they say? Rabbanon, they act up, they act up. Rabbanon don't take hold of the act. Remember again, act up to teach you what? Use act up to teach me act up the mitzvahs. So therefore, they don't see act up as an exclusion for Rabbanon. Because ultimately, the evidence my brother is Israel. And again, when it's in Israel, me b'nei Yisrael. How many people they have? One is to exclude Evid. But how many people they have? Many Chatzi Evid, Chatzi Benichol. So one is to exclude Chatzi Evid, Chatzi Benichol. Okay. So we'll say. So ultimately, again, just to what we're left with here is our fundamental test. Kidnap Chatzi Evid, Chatzi Benichol. Are you hiding or not? Rabbi says yes. Why? Where is everybody to get it from? Essentially, it's a meal achar meal. Bnei Yisrael. Me b'nei Yisrael.
Experience 20 years of Golden Age, straight after Championship 3.
What does it come to?
So when you get back to the 3 minutes in a second,
ultimately, again,
the issue too is like, Coach out. If he loses games, yeah, like this.
With Yoshi Arts, you know, signal.
Seem like he cared how we felt when we lost the game. Like, I understand he's the coach.
Sell him like would
there's
sell
a reason why Tiger State
Mark
has
Hashem
LSU
Vlad
fucking faithful.
Mark
Show
Hashem
up
Vlad
and
the
see
George
if
establishment.
he cared. If he told me like sad sentiment, I feel bad for
Number
his fan. I'm sorry, dude. A little bit of fucking apology, that would be cool, man. Like a little bit of like, I'm sorry, I am not fulfilling the amount of money you guys are paying me. I am not fulfilling what you guys expected of me as Ryan Kelly. But it's never his fault. It could never be Ryan Kelly's fault, and that's where I, as a person, can't get over that.
And the other
It's like,
bring the lab also
you
be
are
against
getting
that you can't sell
paid.
people arguing.
We call us at LSU. I'm sorry, we have a standard of expectation that our
Remember, like
team
they
meets.
were supposed
It's
to
not multiple years of fucking succeeding. Is it not the conference? For forever.
Kidnapping. So what's
See
they
you
so
later, Panda.
I don't go in the fascists. You tell me that those signals is talking about kidnapping. How do you know that? I love it only from. I don't know how do you know that. Maybe talking about schools. I do like talking about schools. Oh, I love it going on. I'm rich. Say who the mass. Let's analyze this puzzle using our exegetical principles. What's the exegetical principles? Dover Halami.
Great point, T-Bob.
So sometimes the way to understand what people are talking about is how the analyzation of the context in which that's what Dover something that which was stated. Listen to this. The Narcos of the Dabar, so it's a deposit that says, Los Global, Los Takashu, Los Shaki Shpanito. What are we talking about up here? So the Gemara says, no, sorry, that was the wrong passage. That was the wrong passage. That was the passage.
I think his two girls that were missing. Wow.
Where were they?
Los Sino, Los Sanabrecha Shackers. That starts with the girls, right? Because don't murder, don't commit, don't steal, and don't.
I think they were near New York City and Pennsylvania.
So now listen to this. So the Gemara said,
Like near Binghamton or where?
Here, the Gemara says, that would be the fascists. That was when you look at the context. What's the context? Don't murder.
Marcy, New York, and
don't steal. Don't steal. So murder and adultery.
Sequoia, New York. I don't know.
And those signals, don't steal.
They're 15 and 16.
So therefore, you already see that.
Well, that's good that they got found.
So therefore, it makes sense to say that the behavior that we're talking about is also a capital offense. When you steal money from someone, that's not a capital offense. So therefore, Allah must be talking about over here. Going to the fascists. Time to eat up another brace off. Los signovu. They're going to moment. The pasuk says los signovu. So this is the pasuk put before. Los signovu. Los chakashu. Los shakishmamiko. Don't steal. Right? Don't lie. The one by los chakashu means like don't contradict. But again, also means don't deny, and don't lie one to his fellow. So the going to moment at customers out. That's talking about stealing money. How do you know that? We're going to the fascists. How do you know it's about stealing money? Maybe it's talking about stealing people, kidnapping. Once again, we'll say this is a fascinating exegetical principle. Which principle? Understand the particular puzzle about through the context in which it was stated. The Marcos and the Dabar, what is the Torah talking about over here? The moment. So let's remember the rest of the also be financial liability. Bimaman, Afghan Bimaman. So it's very important. So therefore, low signal in the Asher's Adibros is talking about kidnapping. The Torah says don't talk about kidnapping. How do we know that? Context. Since the other offenses mentioned over here, don't murder, don't commit adultery, are capital offenses. Therefore, Allah said this name mentioned over here is also a capital offense. When the Torah says "Lo signovu," do not steal. That's talking about stealing money. How do I know that?
Why did it go down? Why did it go down now?
Well, do not deny a claim. Do not lie about a claim. Monetary compensation. And therefore, again, incredible. It's not the most interesting case over here. Anything that you're anything, maybe anything that you don't have We'll say, now watch this. This is the fascinating story. So now remember, we should again that local ones want to be liable for kidnapping. You obviously have to kidnap an individual. You have to take them to your shows. You have to go ahead and utilize them as someone. You have to sell them. And now this case over here, interestingly enough, right? We have witnesses who come forward. One set of witnesses comes along and says, we saw Ruvain kidnap Shimon. Second set of witnesses say, we saw Ruvain sell Shimon. I will say, under normal circumstances, how would you generate liability for kidnapping? How would you do it? One set of witnesses, right? Eidos, but one set of witnesses who say, we saw Ruvain kidnap and sell Shimon. In this case, you have two sets of witnesses. So now, this is going to present an interesting halakhic issue. The problem is both sets of witnesses were made, right? So again, another set of witnesses says, hey, first set, you could not have seen Ruvain sell Shimon because you were, steal Shimon, kidnap Shimon, because you were with us that day. And they say to the second set, you couldn't have said it could be the same set of Mazim would say it doesn't matter. And they say to the second set of witnesses, you couldn't have seen Ruvain sell Shimon. Why? Because you were with us that day. So I'll say, so now, look at Rashi for just a moment. Shnei kitei edim. Echad said it's Rashi edim rega ve'edim hira. Shnei kitei edim. Echad se'ida shekara v'shanefesh v'achad se'ida shamachar. So two sets of witnesses. Each one set testified that Ruvain kidnapped Shimon. One set testified that Ruvain sold. So now I'll say, so now they're both made into edim. So remember again, what's halacha? How does edim so when witnesses are made into edim so? What's the punishment? So therefore, again, how should these witnesses be punished? How should they be punished? Remember again, if their testimony was accepted,
I think it all comes down to.
So we should put these witnesses to death. Here's the problem. Neither set of witnesses delivered testimony, which would have resulted in the death of Ruvain, right? Because one set testified that Ruvain kidnapped Shimon. Well, that's not enough to put Ruvain to death. The second set of witnesses would testify that Ruvain sold Shimon. That by itself is not enough to put Ruvain. So what they say, see what happens over here? So therefore the Gemara says, what do you bring in all these witnesses? Rashi says over here, also, but they don't know the country, Nami, they don't listen to the Eidos, check Allah Hazima. Well, the Shkakos at the max of the Katakos. So the word seems to suggest, okay, so now let's see, that's the context. So essentially, neither set of witnesses is delivering a complete testimony resulting in the death of Ruvain. Each delivering partial testimonies. What's the halacha? Now, when it made the Hizkiah says, "Ein haragim," can't put the witnesses to death. So the Yochanan and Haragim. The Yochanan says, "Yes, you can." Yes, you need to make a Muslim. Yes, Hizkiah davar Rabbi Akiva davar v'lo chassid davar. So we'll say Hizkiah like Rabbi Akiva.
And there was, and that's where the discussion began. It was basically, I'm not
in the Rabbi. And Rashi points out over here, is a machlokes in Kala Basra.
You can fire me.
But ultimately, again,
you can't make you do this.
so then you put witnesses that then if they're only delivering partial testimony, partial incriminating testimony, Rabbi Akiva says no. Rabbi Akiva says, davar means to be testimony. Therefore, witnesses can only be presented.
Go back to work somewhere.
If their testimony was complete, but if they only deliver
a studio and
with Hazama based on that.
It's not whatever that element is, it's going to come off the testimony. It's not like
they're piece of the puzzle. Ultimately, again, they can be put to death as well. Okay, so what's his fun about okay, so Moses is even his skill would agree. Interesting. The Edom Achrosh about Sorah or Mora. Let's listen to this. We actually just saw this a couple of days ago. This was actually, I think, some information. Then Sorah or Mora, the first time Okay, he's steals money by meat and wine. He's not convinced, right? The first time is a warning. The first time is Malchus. So the second time, ultimately, that he's put together his friend Sora Mor. So watch this. Let's say the second, the mode that discusses would agree. Beidem ha'achronim shall ben Sora u'morashem b'tshuv. Shnei ragis. So let's say again, you have the second set of words. So all the kids So second set of witnesses come along and say, he's so basically imploded. His father. And those witnesses, second set of witnesses show up. So they steal money and purchase meat and drink wine. Then another set of witnesses come along and say, witnesses, he's not do it. He didn't do it. And I remember that because they were going to prove the kid to death. So I said, they can
out in the parking lot. Is he a guy that at TJ Ribs on a coach's show Thursday night signed everybody's autograph that came to the? No, he's not that guy. I get it. I don't want as far as. No, I don't either. I don't want to tune in to hear that. I mean, and the networks already have their guys. You got Urban Meyer on one, you got Nick Saban on the other. He's made a lot of money. He's about to walk away with a lot of money. Very nice homes. Any money that he invested in upgrading that house up on the LSU Lake, hopefully he gets it back and then some when he sells it. I think he's going to be just fine. Maybe he takes a few years off and coaches somewhere else. I doubt it. Preston said your volume's not up all the way.
Yeah, I got that. I actually turned my mic up right now. Get loud, let me know. Or if it's too loud, let me know. I obviously can't hear myself.
Absolutely. Look, we got a big crowd here, 1,484 people here right now, and we're going to go as long as you want. We've got our usual sponsors with us tonight, and go ahead, Preston. You want to do celebrity? You got them.
My friends, celebrity. Rochelle knows celebrities. I have reached out to some of the best people y'all might be familiar with. Guys, Tiana's only owned and operating theater locations in Baton Rouge and Boston. For years, Celebrity Theaters has been committed to providing family because it's locally owned and operated. State-of-the-art technology and post-packaging location has a big reading arcade of 50 games. It is the largest in town. Oversized reclining seats there. The sound system, guys, really good stuff. They also have deals to save you Monday. Save you money. Monday is senior savings day. Tuesday, you get discounted sessions all. Wednesday, Thursday, guys, they do private events, okay? So if you are for, corporate event, kid's birthday party, this is celebritytheaters.com /events to get that.
I have sent a join link to multiple LSU media. I want to pop in and give us their views. And on the show, we're going to have this. This one's going to be pretty freewheeling and wide open, and low key, I guess. Right. Got some super chats. Michael S. would have found on super chat. Thanks LSU for taking Kelly from Notre Dame, but I'm sorry for your 4-year pain. Look, it wasn't 4 years of pain. Look, that Alabama win his first year and make it to the SEC championship game in a year where he inherited a team with 38 chips and going to get Jake Daniels and that Heisman year, even though the defense was putrid, there was still some excitement in a few of those years. But by year 4,
You? Amazingly. How about you?
Just enjoying this little Airbnb and hanging out with an old partner.
Very nice. Any amenities that you like?
It has a pool with 2 hot tubs, and it has a shower that looks like it's from the future.
Nice. That's amazing. So have you been in the pool or the hot tub?
So what?
Have you been in the pool and or the hot tub?
Hot tub, yes. And then I have looked at the shower.
Okay.
I might shower tonight or tomorrow. I'm debating.
What?
I'm just like a bit of a drink. Oh, drink. Just a splish splash.
There you go. Splish splash of what?
What are you drinking?
Well, I just finished the Modelo Chilada mango and
They're
sugar.
good. Oops, they're good.
It's good stuff. It's still cookie, huh?
Yeah, that's my name.
$2 money ain't nothing to me. I made 100 in my sleep.
It's a song, or the rap song. I don't know. I high off cocaine last night. I was listening to the thing. Yeah.
It's just for me, yeah. I get you.
Wait, why are you at an Airbnb? Do you live in it, or?
Oh no. My home is in another state. So I'm just adventuring right now. Being a degenerate.
Yeah, you crap would. Oh yeah.
Yes.
Puppy, how long are you going to be in your Airbnb?
This one just tonight. The next one probably. I don't know.
Okay. What do you look for in an Airbnb? What do you look for in an Airbnb?
Privacy.
Okay.
To be left alone.
I've got you. So,
Towels are nice.
do you want them where the owner is not there?
It don't matter, especially if they just don't talk to me. It's wonderful.
Right.
I love just text.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's nice to have soap. And rare times that there's free use of the laundry facilities, the laundry room. That's really nice. Yeah. And of course, kitchen use is nice as well.
Most certainly. Now, what makes the shower so futuristic?
I'll have to go show you. I'll have to show you. Hold on. I need to go get something out of there anyway.
So people have already voted ahead of the upcoming November 4th special election. About 4 million ballots on California's redistricting effort have been ballot tracker run by a Krebs strategist says vote Democrats are outpacing Republicans registered as not having a political party preference on the Prop 50 flight.
Look at that. Very cool.
What happened? What is it? Okay, that's for water to come with the. And you can move those around. Yeah, what's this?
Oh, I am too. That's really cool. What is that?
Oh wait.
Oh, it's like a nozzle.
It could be multiple things depending how brave the person is.
That's absolutely true.
Yeah, let's leave it at that.
Yeah, that is quite futuristic. Well, that looks fun. Look at you.
moving away from the U.S. Speaking at a business forum in Malaysia, Carney says the ship stems from the nation's trade war.
I like your ears.
Push for green energy and manufacturing. Carney's trip to Asia is marketing. If you think water improves bones and muscles, cardiovascular fitness, and stress relief, but like any exercise, it can get boring. What experts
I'm going to continue stream hopping. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. You know you're always welcome. Come back soon.
See you soon. I hope I didn't scare her away.
You didn't phase her one bit.
Trick-or-treaters may see more fruity candy than chocolate this Halloween. Cocoa prices quadrupling since 2023. Chocolate now averages $8 a pound, far pricier than gummies and other non-chocolate sweets, gaining popularity with younger consumers. Let's go to a stall on the 5 in Burbank.
This is on the southbound off-ramp to Olive. The off-ramp is partially blocked by this carved-out vehicle blocking the left lane. In Woodland Hills on the 101 southbound at Ventura, that accident has now been cleared from the roadway. And in Culver City on the 405 northbound approaching the 90, that crash has been cleared from the right shoulder. In Garden Woodburst, that solo crash is still blocking the two left lanes. Are having some trouble getting a tow truck out there. With Southern California's most accurate traffic reports, I'm Trey Alexander.
On this podcast, e-sellers unpack and urge bonds.
Also,
In the world of resentment, cynicism, anger against women, and insanity. This is Incels. Listen to Incels on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Follow Incels and start listening on the free iHeartRadio app today. Here's this week's iHeartRadio countdown of the top TV streams.
Here's what you've made popular by Get Your Stream On. Starting us off this week, the debut of The Dramedy Boots on Netflix. That's followed by the thriller The Last Frontier on Apple TV. Gen V on Amazon Prime Video is back on the countdown at 8. Black Rabbit on Netflix falls from the top spot back to 7 this week. Peacemaker on HBO Max is in its 6. House of Guinness on Netflix.
Wait 1 second. We don't even keep about this. Like, testimony by itself is not enough to incriminate. You need the testimony for set of witnesses. In this case, those witnesses put the death. Why? Because she holding of the base. All our testimony did was to make Ruben liable to office, and therefore the entire death penalty of the second death. Okay, incredible. So I'm asking about, so I says it's sort of, I just appreciate what's being introduced over here. The thing over here is when you have two sets of witnesses, both who are delivering important information, but neither were able to ultimately convict the offender of the death penalty with their sole testimony. So therefore, if they turn out to be exonerated, what do you do with them? Can you put them to death or not? So this is the fundamental approach between Chizkiah and Rabbi Yochanan. Chizkiah says no. Chizkiah says no. Chizkiah is based on Rabbi Akiva. Rabbi Akiva says, Davar v'lo chatzi. The only time you can put a result of the testimony was complete to put the defendant to death. But if you're only delivering partial testimony, you can't convict them. You can't give them a reciprocal punishment of death. On the other hand, Rabbi Yochanan holds that no, as long as their testimony was part of the incriminating process, and had they been found to be correct witnesses, they would have had a hand in the execution of the defendant. You can visit reciprocal punishment. That's not okay. Okay, so once I say, if I want to base it, second one, I'm asking about Ihag, Aiken, and delay. So basically, Sir Papa says that you should put the witnesses who testify about the Mekila. We should also put them to death. Why? They told she hold it in Geneva Romar.
Yo, what up, G?
Geneva could always say, look, all we came to do was to make
Nice.
high from all, right? There's a website.
How's your day going, G?
And technically, so
G, how'd you find out me? G, go fuck yourself. Nobody wanted to talk with you anyway.
these mountains, a lot of the say we should say that complete liability rests upon the it's the name of the Kassavar Lobo. So is this just suggesting that one who goes ahead and presents something would not be liable now? Because Ikmar must be nurse. Eidik Neva was not interesting. Those says all who they're going to hear witnesses who testify the big connection. And then those same witnesses will raise a one opinion says that the history of it must be Hiskio who says hopefully they get Malchus. Why? Since Hiskio says they're not put to death, if they're not put to death, then obviously the halacha is that they get Malchus. The Ibra Yochanan, because again, if you go to Yochanan, given them in their rugged, Having as far as is being executed. So this is a lot that is given over to execution by Basin. Because anytime Basin is X someone, there's not the Malchus for that same infraction. So the Gemara says, so in that case, it's technically speaking, the kidnapper is actually going to go ahead and give someone not doesn't make any sense. Ela Amra Papa, rather was a Papa said, Amra Papa, but the envelope that you did. Interesting. Everyone is that if witnesses come along and testify, right? We saw Ruvain sell Shimon, that there's liability, and now let's say again, those very same witnesses, right? They didn't take them Solomon, that there is capital liability. Those witnesses are executed. Why? Because Halacha L'Maisa, through that testimony, the defendant Ruvain would have been made liable to death. So everyone agrees that under those circumstances, what we call those Eidei Nechira, those witnesses who testify that Ruvain sold Shimon would absolutely be put to death as a result. Okay, so where's the Machlokes? This keeps making it very interesting. Be'edei Geneva. The Machlokes of Osai is about the witnesses who testify about the kidnapping itself. The first set of witnesses, right? Those witnesses who say, we saw Reuben kidnap Shimon, those same witnesses are made into Eidei Solomon. What is their liability? Now, why? This says, they're not that we look at kidnapping and the selling is really different things. So therefore, kidnapping by itself, or the first witnesses come along and testify that we saw Ruvain kidnap Shimon. What are they making Shimon? What are they making Ruvain liable to? Who make him liable to? To Malchus. To Malchus. That's it. And therefore, they're found to be making Solomon. Okay, you can make them so to Malchus, but nothing more. It's really the second set of witnesses who testify that Ruvain sold Shimon. Those are the ones who make Ruvain liability. And therefore, again, if the first set of witnesses are making Solomon, they're not put to death. That's Hiskiyah. Rabbi Rothschild says, no. They're rugged. It's not true. It's not true. The first set of women who Ruvain kidnapped Shimon are also put to death. Why? Geneva, aschalta to the few. As we'll say, kidnapping is the beginning of Geneva. In other words, how can you? It doesn't make any sense. Of course, there should be liability for kidnapping itself. So we'll say, so this is fascinating, right? So this is our fundamental machlokes. Interestingly enough, according to our Papa's approach over here now, I will say, these are right because this is going to go for myself. According to our Papa, it goes without saying that Allah Kalamaisa, the Eidei Nechira, if they are made into something, will be put to death. Why? Because it's their testimony would create liabilities for women. So if they're found to be something, they're put to death. What about the Eidei Geneva? So again, Hizkiah says, no, they're not put to death. Why? Because Geneva by itself will just make women liable to lashes. Rabbi Rothschild says, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? Like, Ebe Geneva, this is the beginning of capital liability. So of course, if it's out to be Edom Zolomon, then how local the Maisa, they are put to death as well. Incredible. So what is Rabbi Rothschild? Rabbi Rothschild would agree. So now that seems to be where we're going to settle in the kidnapping case. That was right. Remember again, the Soromora is the other parallel case. That's the Soromora. Remember again, first set of witnesses about Ben Soromora. What are they making Ben Soromora liable to? Well, it's not Ben Soromora yet. What are they making the kid liable to? Malchus. So therefore, again, the first set they are made into Edom Zolomon. We'll get Malchus. It's the second set create general liability. Most of it was Mushe in Herat. Even Rabbi Yochanan would agree that the first set of witnesses by the correct, if they're made, they are not put to death. Why? They talk shit, hold them no matter loud calls upon them, because they say, listen, we didn't come to make this kid liable to death. What did we come to make him liable to? Malchus. And therefore, the reciprocal punishment for them would also be Malchus. Incredible. Rabbi says, so it's interesting. So Rabbi, listen to this phrase, we'll have to stop with this. I come out to the Ben Sora, right? So I said, this is incredible. Jews can make statements like this. And there's a machlokes by Ben Sora Rumora. So I say, we're actually going to end up on this. I just want to point out what it is to go into Purim with, right? So you look at this, what do you say to yourself? This makes absolutely no sense. What Rabbi said, there's one thing that is absolutely clear, which is in the coming line circumstances, no sense. But with life, keep reading, keep growing. In some way, somehow, you'll see how all the beautiful and holy pieces fit together. It was this morning, Eretz Hashem, bright early, 5:40. It's all a little reading. We like to kill it at 4:30 and we'll do it. All right, stay tuned. I'll post on the WhatsApp chat. Eretz Hashem, but I think share tomorrow morning at 5:40. Just as an we'll be learning in here in the base merch. Eretz Hashem davening will be in the main shit tomorrow morning on both sides. Shivayach.
To women to get out there and not be afraid of this kind of information. And let's dispel some myths. Mammograms don't radiation. They don't give you breast cancer. Okay. Right. I know some people are afraid of the
All right, so we'll say good morning. Good morning. Begin by thanking all of our sponsors for this morning. Should thank our show sponsor. I know it's
before you were diagnosed with cancer.
Well, when you're young, you eat everything. Pizza, burgers, fries,
dedicating all the show. No, other about the trouble Harry Ruffler and his father, Dr. Harry and those going on the teaching of the Siva within and the Roman Catholics in memory of